Today, we're going to be unveiling the link between sleep and your mouth. We all need sleep to function. Sleep has a critical role in promoting health. Not getting enough sleep has been linked to a number of problems, ranging from chronic disease to psychological problems. Roughly 35% of Americans get less than 7 hours of sleep. Research over the past decade has documented that sleep-disordered breathing has a powerful influence on risk factors of disease. Chronic sleep deprivation over time has been linked to Alzheimer's and schizophrenia. 10 to 30% suffer from sleep disorders, insomnia, and sleep apnea. In children, lack of sleep has been shown to increase anxiety, hyperactivity, and disruptive behavior. In reality, getting just 1 hour less of sleep per night across several days has adverse side effects on a child's behavior in school. Sleep-related problems affect 25 to 40% of children and adolescents. Sleep patterns characterized by later bedtimes, insomnia, excessive daytime sleepiness is related to poor school performance, daytime drowsiness, physical tiredness, and a high rate of psychiatric illness, anxiety, and depression. Getting more and better sleep isn't a matter of just going to bed early or sleeping in. It turns out that diet and breathing contribute to good or bad sleep. Some people can even pinpoint certain foods or beverages that contribute to not being able to sleep or poor sleep. The obvious ones are coffee and alcohol. Persistent mouth breathing affects stomatogenic functions, along with the effects of academics and social life of children. Sleep-related problems and behavioral symptoms are similar to that found of attention deficit disorder, known as ADHD, and it can be present in mouth breathers. Children that have diagnosed with ADHD had more parent-reported problems in terms of emotional control, behavioral issues, mental health, and self-esteem. In addition, these problems that the children are having with ADHD had significant impact on the parents' emotional health as well as the rest of the family. And parents have a harder time meeting their own needs, have lack of sleep, and it affects family cohesion. Parents and children with ADHD are reporting that it's affecting the quality of life. This is actually getting more attention as parents are learning more about the connection of sleep breathing disorders to ADHD. The aim of treatment for ADHD is to decrease the symptoms and enhance function and improve well-being of the child and the people that they're closest to. However, the measurement of treatment for ADHD is often a response of measuring the symptoms and using behavioral rating skills and checklists by teachers and parents. Much of the focus on ADHD has been symptom reduction instead of finding the root cause. So there's less known about other possible related health problems when it's linked to that. When I first started my journey in the dental field, my knowledge was based more on focusing on the mouth and reducing cavities because it's the number one preventable childhood disease. But what I found out is that our body is complex, made up of many different systems that all work together. Yet modern healthcare teaches them separately and treats the symptoms, which is what I feel ADHD is. It's a symptom. My daughter was diagnosed with ADHD and I knew she wasn't sleeping and she only behaved that way when she was tired. What I found out was that the stomatogenic system is a big word, but it describes how the teeth, gums, bone, jaw joints, tendons, muscles of the head and neck, the suspensory muscles that allow our head to stay up, our posture to be up, to keep us awake, alert, and in the feeding position. It causes us to feed, swallow, breathe better. All of these functions day in and day out we take for granted, but they're all part of systems. And our sleep cycle and our systems are all connected. And there's a great responsibility to connecting all of these things. When I first started out, I wanted to prevent cavities because they're number one preventable childhood disease. But what I found out going down this rabbit hole is it's not just about the teeth and gums. It's not just about brushing and flossing. It's about how are you breathing? What are you eating? How are you sleeping? All this affects cavities. Once I started practicing myofunctional therapy, I've been seeing more and more the connection of what's going on through all of this training that I've had. And I've realized that it's so much more than we talk about. It's overwhelming. And a lot of this information isn't being taught. I wasn't taught this. A lot of the dentists that I'm working with aren't taught this. So unless you suffer from this or a family member suffered this, you wouldn't know this information. My daughter's dad was a dentist. I'm a dental hygienist. None of us knew about this stuff. And it's crazy because the evidence shows that good sleep patterns and how you breathe are vital to achieving overall health. Mouth breathing, diet, sleep are all why we're not getting good sleep, and we're not correlating it or looking at these things. So let's talk about what a good night's sleep looks like. at each phase and why it's so important. And then we'll kind of loop back around to connect some of these things. So first, in order to get the best night's sleep, you're supposed to be breathing in and out through your nose at night. So you get the nitric oxide CO2 exchange. It filters everything. You go into a parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest, which is ideal to heal our body while we're sleeping. When we're sleeping is when our bodies heal. If you can't breathe through your nose, you're congested, your tongue is blocking your airway, your mouth breathing, you're in fight or flight. Your sympathetic nervous system is activated and your brain is in survival mode, which is fight or flight. So breathing is the first thing we need to do to survive. So we got to start with breathing. If you can't breathe, your brain is keep you waking up and moving around at night to try to get enough oxygen. You might not actually wake up. You might just toss and turn, kick the sheets off, wet the bed, sweat, get up, go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Whatever your body does to wake you up to try to get more oxygen, it kicks you back into stage 1 or 2 of sleep. Snoring, clenching, grinding. Every time you move back into that stage, it disrupts the sleep cycle. So you're supposed to go 4 stages of sleep. The 2 main types of sleep are REM, rapid eye movement, and non-REM. And non-REM has 3 stages that you go through. You cycle through these stages multiple times during the middle of the night if you're going through proper sleep cycles and you have a good circadian rhythm. Each one plays a substantial role in maintaining your health. You usually start your cycle in stage 1. You pass through the other stage and follow a short period of REM sleep, 90 to 110 minutes. And then it goes back into stage 1. And by the time you wake up, REM is longest. So stage 1 is a full cycle and it takes about 90 to 110 minutes. And ideally, you need 4 to 6 cycles every 24 hours in order to feel rested and restore and repair your body. So that's why generally they want you to sleep 7 to 9 hours on average. So you can go through all those cycles. Between 10 and 2 a.m., the body goes through a dynamic process of physical repair. Between 2 and 6 a.m. is when the body goes through the psychological repair. So disrupted sleep patterns can cause the cortisol to elevate and the blood pressure to elevate, and it negatively affects the regenerative process that you should be getting. Non-REM stage 1 is a short transition from wake to sleep. It's a theta sleep. Theta stage, your eye movements begin to slow down, your breathing slows down, your blood pressure slows down, and you start to relax. Then you move into non-REM stage 2. During this stage of sleep, you maintain a period of light sleep before reaching deep sleep, which is stage 3. Your heart rate and breathing continue to slow, as does your body temperature. It decreases. Your muscles relax even further and eye movements stop, and your brain waves continue to slow down. And then you have a quick burst of electrical activity. Stage 3 non-REM occurs in longer periods on the first half of the night. Your heartbeat is slow, your breathing is slow, your brain waves are slowing, and they're at their lowest level of activity. You move into REM sleep. You have rapid eye movement, hence its name, and brain activity is closer to the awake stage. And that's when your dreams occur. And it might explain why most of our dreams happen during REM sleep. Our breathing and heart rates increase a little bit, and our arms and legs become more paralyzed, so we don't act out our dreams in this part of the sleep. Right before we're going to wake up, that's when we really repair and restore. So sleep is really important. Your system does not address underlying root causes. They address the symptoms, and I'd like to change that. Thanks for watching. Until next time.